We have just installed WordPress on a new subdomain, but in the process what was observed is that in trying to install WordPress on a, or trying to create and install other things on a subdomain, which is something like tests.subs.ng2g.com, might prove to be an issue and may not work for some hosts, including GoDaddy. So if you try something like that and you see it's not working, just install it on a subdomain instead, which is just the first level, like subs or test.ng2g.com, subs.ng2g.com, and so on. So now we'll go ahead. We have now installed a fresh WordPress on subs.ng2g.com. To get to the admin page of that WordPress, we'll click on this link, which is subs.ng2g.com/wp-admin. /wp-admin, that's the common admin link for the WordPress admin area. Okay, so it appears we still need to do some setup on our WordPress website. But maybe we'll skip that. This wizard is being provided by GoDaddy, so we'll configure it ourselves. So now when you log in normally, that wizard we saw just now was specific to GoDaddy because they have some software that aids in building WordPress websites, but it's not the norm for every host. So you may be on another host and you will not see that. So if you don't see that, you will instead see the WordPress admin login page, and you just go ahead and enter your username and password and you log in. When you log in, you get to this place, which is the dashboard. Now on the dashboard, you go through all the necessary setup, which we have already explained in another tutorial. Our focus for this tutorial is to install WooCommerce and to make this into an e-commerce website. So for that reason, the first thing we'll do is we'll go to plugins and we'll go to add new, and then we'll come to the search area and type WooCommerce. So it brings out many plugins all having WooCommerce, but the real WooCommerce that needs to be installed, which is the main one, is usually the first one, and it's just named WooCommerce. All the others, they are actually plugins built specifically for WooCommerce to be used to extend the features of WooCommerce. But before using any of those plugins, you need to install the main WooCommerce, which is the first result here. So go here and click on install now. WooCommerce is a big plugin, so installing may take a few moments. You just wait for it. Okay, installed. Once installed, you go ahead and click on activate. So when you click on activate, if it is the very first time you are installing WooCommerce on your website, you will see this installation wizard again. So it's best to configure it. This wizard will help you to configure the basic options and the basic settings of WooCommerce before you go ahead and do other things. So when you see this wizard, this screen, click on let's go. But if for some reason you don't want to do it now, you can click on not right now, but we want to do it now, so click on let's go. So we'll see the various options here. It says your store needs a few essential pages. The following will be created automatically if they do not already exist. So this is a new website, which means they do not already exist. So if we should say continue, WooCommerce will create all this for us automatically. So I'll click on continue. Now you have to select some of the initial settings. Where is your store based? Select your country. We're in Nigeria. Which currency will your store use? Okay, for now we'll leave it at this. No. Look for the currency for your country or for the payment platform that you want to use. If you are using something like PayPal and you are in the US, then you should be selecting dollars. If you are using something like PayPal but you're in the UK, or you're in yes, the UK, you select pounds. If you are in other European countries, you can select euro. But we're in Nigeria, and the payment gateway that we are going to be using can accept Nigerian naira, so we'll select that as our currency. Currency position left, we'll leave all these ones in their default. And for the weight category, try to select a weight that is relevant to the local or the geographic region that you'll be servicing. So we'll leave kilograms down, we'll leave centimeters, and click on continue. If you are going to be selling physical goods, then you can leave this selected. If you are going to be adding sales tax to what you are selling, you can leave that, you can select that. But this store we are building is mainly for digital products and software downloads, so we are not going to select this, and we are not going to select this. We'll just go ahead and click on continue. And now for payments. The payment gateway we are going to be using is something we are going to install after we have configured WooCommerce. Therefore, it's not yet listed here. So we'll just select only bank transfer. But if you are going to use PayPal, you can select PayPal or Stripe or any other one listed here. But if you can't find the one you need, then you use bank transfer. If you have other payment gateways that you love to use, then you need to see if there's already a plugin existing that would help you integrate that gateway with WooCommerce. If it's already existing, you would need to install it later on, which is something similar to what we'll be doing. So now we'll click on continue. Okay, your store is ready. So we have gone through everything, and all the basic configurations have already been done for us. We can now go ahead and create our first product. So we'll just create a basic test product. It's going to be an ebook. You can read all these messages or dismiss them. If it's your first time, try to read them to understand the interface. Okay, here you put a short description of the product. And then you come here to set up the options for that product. On the left, you can see different links, all leading to various subsections that you can change. And on top here, you can see other options. So our product is going to be downloadable, so we'll select that. It's virtual, which means it's not a physical product, so we'll select that. And it's going to be a simple product. A simple product is just a single product that is not connected to any other product, so we'll select that. and try to fill in other options there. So weight doesn't apply, length, width, height, all these do not apply. We will not be shipping, so we'll ignore those and go to the next one. Inventory. Inventory managed stock is for physical products. It will help you to count the products and keep tabs on it, such that if you are running out of the product, it can notify you. So if you say manage stock, you see further options for it, but all these apply to physical products. We are focusing on digital products now, so we are not going to select that. Stock status. If you have limited number of products and you want the store to display a notice when you are out of those products, then you can select this. And any other option, you just look at it closely to understand what it's about. If it's a product that cannot be sold in multiple quantity, then you can select this so that only one of it can be bought at any given time. After setting all these options, the SKU is a unique number you can give to a product. If you need further description about many of these options, you see a small button there with a question mark, and when you hover your mouse over it, you see further information about that option. So we're just going to leave that blank for now. Linked products, we are using a simple product, so we don't want it too complicated, so we'll skip that. These are upsells, cross sells, grouping. If you want to associate your product you are creating with other products such that you can also sell them at the same time or after they've been bought, then you can deal with all these sections, but for now we'll just leave them blank. Attributes, we'll leave that blank. Advanced, nothing to use here. If you don't want reviews to be shown under your product, then you can uncheck this, but if you want the reviews, you select that. And again, if you have a longer description or more things to say about the product, you can include it here. And once you have created a product, you also need to, it's usually a good idea to include a product image, which is an image for your product. It makes it more attractive. So you can click on that and click select files and look for an image that you can use. Okay, we don't seem to have any images here yet, so we can update that later on. But if you do have an image, click on select. Okay, let's just use any image here. Click on select and upload. If it's a very large image, it may take a while, so you just wait for it to notify you that the upload has been completed. Okay, so the bar has disappeared. Now we can see our image, which means it has been uploaded successfully. Then we'll come here and click on set product image. So now our product has an image. Okay, and you go through everything. If all looks good, click on publish. So we have created our first image, but there are still, since it's a downloadable image, once we save it, we now see more options that will allow us to upload the actual file that is being sold, such that when payment has been made, the buyer will now be redirected back to your website, to a place where they can download the product that they've paid for. And we also see options giving us the possibility of including prices for our products. So we can just give it any amount. Okay, if you want to do something like a discount, say the regular price is 100 naira, but for now it's being sold for 10 naira, you can do this. So on the display, this regular price of 100 naira will be crossed out, and instead 10 naira will be put beside it, so that people know that, okay, this is a kind of discount or a kind of promotion. And then for the actual download files that you want to sell, you come here and click on add file, and then you have to select the file from your computer. Click on upload files, click on select files. I will just look for any file to use for now. So we'll use this one, but make sure you use the real file. And then click on insert file URL, and we're back to the page. If you want to limit how many times people can download it after buying, you can put a number here, but we're going to leave it as unlimited. If you want the download to expire, as in after a certain period of time people can no longer download it, you can put that number here, so it's in days. So if you say 10 days, after 10 days people will not be able to download it after they've bought it, but we'll leave that as never, because we want people to always be able to download it. Download type is a standard product, not a software and not music. And once you've filled all of that, you come here and update again. So our product should be ready for us now. Okay, so we've created our product. Let's see if we can view it and see what it looks like. So this is our product page on our basic theme, with all the basic features that we want. Take note, this is just our basic theme. This theme, we can always change it anytime, and it's something we'll look at later on. But we've been able to create our first product for WooCommerce, and we'll stop here for now. In another tutorial, we'll see how to set up the payment gateway and make sure that people can actually buy this product.